Good day, Tamers. This episode is brought to you by two rookies. And I'm going to let them be introduced to you by our reoccurring co-host here, Mr. Replay.
Hello, thank you for having me back again.
You're a
And today we
co-host,
are
you just
talking-
live here now.
I'm in your basement. Let me out, please. The
You-
water's rising.
Luckily, the new house does not have a basement, but we're in the UK, so they're very rare to have a
Yeah,
basement.
they are very rare to have. I've only come across like one house that has it.
Some very, very old houses like Victorian era.
Yeah. But yes, today we are talking about two different VMons. The P117 VMon promo and the BT21032 VMon. Now, they both have different heritable effects, but they share a very similar main effect, which is your turn. When the Digimon Digivolve into a Digimon with the Armor Form trait. Sorry, no. So the BT21 VMon is Armor Form or Hero trait. You can reduce Digivolution by 1. And the promo is a free trait. You can reduce Digivolution by 1. However, the promo does need a Tamer to be in play. And the promo is also once per turn, while the BT21 VMon is not once per turn. And reduction in Digivolution cost is not unheard of on level 3s, but it is not the most common thing either. And it's very powerful when you consider that most level 3 to 4 Digivolutions are about a 2 cost. So that becomes 1, so you're literally halving it. And in many cases, the level 4s also have a way of either gaining memory or reducing it even further. And then the inheritables are the Promo VMon. When attacking, if this one has 2 or more colors, you draw 1. And the BT21 VMon is your turn, this Digimon has 2k, no restriction, just has 2k on your turn. So they are both very similar but very different. The Promo VMon is a lot of consistency. Having the not once per turn when attacking draw 1 means that you can often draw 2, maybe 3 times a turn, because many of the level 4 free trait Digimon are duo colors. Some can unsuspend. A lot of them have Armor Purge. And it just enables you to get multiple swings throughout. While the BT21 blue and red VMon has it's not once per turn to reduce cost, which I will go into in a second, and then the 2k, which means you can generally become bigger than the next level up. Like a lot of level 4s can be as big or bigger than the level 5, and then level 5 should not become as big as level 6 actually, but they start becoming parity powered with the next level up at level 4. The thing to note about it not being once per turn is most of the Armor Form Digimon have Armor Purge. So, by attacking and having it die to a security or something, it Armor Purges down, you can then Digivolve for reduced cost of 1 yet again, letting you repeatedly use the effect. So, the BT21 VMon is repeatedly evolving, getting that benefit numerous times throughout, while there's no Tamer restriction in doing so. And the Promo VMon, although it can only do the increased Digivolution once, you can normally get multiple draws out of it instead, giving you extra consistency. You do need a Tamer in play, but there are some very good Tamers in relation to these two Digimon. And they will combine to be a very friendly deck, I believe. It's not often that we talk about a card as it is coming out, but I feel like the pair together is going to be very menacing in the format, which is why I'm like, maybe we should start looking at these, especially when you consider that one of the reasons the ST9 Stingmon was hit was apparently because of its non-once per turn drawing effect, and that was on a level 4, while this VMon is a level 3.
To be fair, I was actually going to bring it up as my point. It's like, why did that Stingmon take a hit when this thing's here ready to go?
Yeah, it's very threatening.
I would just like to make the statement that both me and Replay play this deck competitively. Like, we actually take this deck as a tournament, so this is a case of we're both looking at this as an actual player of the deck and not just someone who doesn't like the deck.
That is true. I've played Magnet X as a main deck more or less since it came out, and I'm also looking at seeing how well Armor Purge can perform once BT21 is out. As so far I've not played it anyway because the set is not out for a month as the time of recording.
When this goes out, it will be probably the weekend it comes out.
Okay, so, I've definitely played it loads by then. I'm very confident in what I'm saying.
I'm very confident with my early deck that may or may not be in my hand yet. Funny enough, I like Armor Form. If you guys have seen before, generally around this time last year, I was playing Armor Rush, the level 4 version, as my main deck and doing fairly well with it. I've played Magnet X version competitively since it came out, and then basically until finals, which is the deck I took and was super ill with. So maybe if I was less ill, my brain would have functioned. Probably not, but still. And then we're now looking at going back into Armor Rush as the main deck for BT21. So obviously they're trying to push away from Magna X a little bit and try and get you back into level 4s. And I'll be honest, there is probably a way to play this deck which just 3s and 4s and still be competitively viable.
Oh yeah, the deck is probably very 3 to 4 focused. I don't think like you could run Magna X Index. It's so easy to go into
But it's
with
not an armor
Magnum
form.
on. No, but what I mean is you
No,
can
I'm just saying because
go...
obviously this deck revolves around the keyword armor form with all the options and everything. So Magna X is basically in a way.
Oh yeah, with the
we've-
option you can't.
We've
but,
kind
like,
of done this in a way where Magna X isn't the main focus, which is good because a lot of people are like, I didn't want
Yeah.
Magna X support. I just wanted armor support.
Yeah, like it's not a direct support to it. The option and the tamer definitely do not work with it. However, like at the end of the day, if you want to pay 5 to go into a level 6 that's immune, I don't think that would be bad.
No.
But like the armor forms are definitely more of the focus.
Mhm.
Just because we haven't mentioned it yet, the new support coming for the deck is Davis Motomiya, BT21. Starting main phase, if your opponent has Digimon gain a memory, cool. And then main, by suspending this tamer and trashing top stacked card of one of your armor form trait Digimon, draw 1 and gain 1 memory, meaning that even if your level 4 armor form survives, you can trash that level 4 off the top of it, draw and gain a memory, and then you can still reduce the Digivolution cost again with the BT21 VMon. Or I guess the promo if you didn't use it the first time for whatever reason. So there is ways of you guaranteeing that effect to go off.
I'd also
And
like
then
to remind people that BT13 has like the most funny interaction compared to a lot of those, where if you pop it, you just get to play the body again, so it doesn't care if it's once per turn.
Yeah, I doubt Armor Form's going to play that one because of that.
I think you might play. Well, I'm not going to, but I could see a world where you might play 1 or 2 of it just for that interaction of like, I just want a big blocker, but I want to keep getting draw power going because you're going to gain 2 draws in a memory. You get the effect to basically reduce the cost again. If you've already swung with it, it doesn't matter then. And then you've also got to remember we have 2 Magnas that unsuspend.
Yes, that is true. There is a second Magnamon that unsuspends when Digivolving.
So this deck can be super aggressive. Also, you have to remember if you're not using the BT13 version that if you use a Fire Rockets on this Digimon, it doesn't lose that effect.
No, it gets to keep the Security Tap +1. You could do 2 checks for Security Tap +1 very easily in this deck.
Did I hear the jamming VMon's coming back? He could be.
I don't know if you need that, to be honest. Just have the level 4 ready and raising, bring it out, play the Fire Rocket, attack, 2 checks, assuming it lives the first one. Use the Davis, take the stack off, it Digivolve into Magnamon, unsuspend it, 2 more checks.
That's it.
Have threat lethal next turn.
Maybe pop again, have another Magna in hand.
Yeah, you could
Get
do
down
it
to
again
0.
as
It's
well.
like, all right, I've got 2 Digimon your next turn. You've got to block. You got to somehow blow my border. And I have Armor Purge.
And then just as a combination of this, there is the option card Armor Digivolution. No exclamation mark, which I'm very disappointed by. BT21. Which is a 3-cost option. Main, reveal top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 Davis and in name, and 1 free trait Digimon among them to your hand. You trash the rest. Trashing because the Magnamons get extra stats based on how well. 1 Magnamon gets 2 KDP for each armor form and trash. The other one does -2K for each armor form and trash. I think
they do opposite effects.
Yes.
One
So
gets
that's
stronger,
why that
one murders your
effect
team.
But yeah, and then it's a delay effect that just goes into play after that. And then the delay effect is all turns. When a top stat card of any arm form Digimon is trashed, you may delay. One of your Digimon may Digivolve it into an arm form trait Digimon in hand without paying the cost, which means you don't even have to pay that 1 cost to Digivolve into it. You could just Digivolve straight into something for
no
0
2-cost Magna, no 1-cost armor forms, just go straight up.
Yeah, and that is all turns. So if you have got an armor form Digimon out, the opponent attacks or deletes it, and you do that, you can then Digivolve on the opponent's turn and get the beneficial effects of it.
Yeah.
And most of them have some beneficial kind of Duen Digivolution. There's unsuspending as noted just before, but then we've got minus the key based on how many arm forms in trash. You've got suspending. You've got stripping sources. Like there are a lot
So
of.
don't forget the best one.
The starter deck Magnamon.
That Magnamon that says, "Don't matter where I am, I will find you."
Yeah, and it's worth mentioning all these armor form based effects. Magnamon X antibody is not an armor form, so it doesn't benefit from them. So you can't purge your Magnamon X and then immediately Digivolve it into another Magnamon X.
No, you have to double purge. You do need to do that, but at the same time, actually no, you can't armor purge the first one with the effect because it doesn't have armor form.
You do. Magnamon X does have armor form.
Does it?
Yeah, Magnamon X has armor form. Even though sorry, he has armor purge. He doesn't have.
Yeah, he
armor
doesn't have armor
form.
form. So say you can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
So you can purge him once. Then if he dies, you can purge him again, and then you could Digivolve him up from a level 3 into a level 4. but
Yeah,
you
but you
cannot
can't.
go from
Yeah, you
6
can't trigger
to
the effect to
4
pop it.
6. And something small I want to mention, although he's not an armor form, the BT21 Vmon also notes that you can digivolve into a hero trait for reduced cost. And there is a Arrestamon Superior mode that is a hero Digimon. Not a Superior mode, I'm looking at the wrong card. Arrestamon that is a hero
The level 4 one.
Digimon. Yes. And that costs 2 off a hero trait Digimon, which BT21 Vmon is. Just that one. There is another Vmon that is a hero trait. And then with hero, sorry. And that is when digivolving, you may play a tamer card from with hunter or hero trait from your hand without paying the cost. And the new Davis is also a hero trait, and this is the 2-cost evolution. So for one, you can play a 4-cost tamer. I'm not saying it'll be good. I've not tested it, but it's worth thinking that deck as a play can look into playing out a tamer for a 1-cost on Digivolution, then expecting the cards die afterwards. But it is a feature that I think has potential.
Yeah, it's built around the hero version of the deck itself, but obviously access to something is still access.
Yeah, I feel like I say like you could put it as a one-off just as a potential tempo play.
So I like the card. I think it makes sense because this version is for armor, while the promo is actually meant to be for Imperial.
That's true.
But you don't use it Imperial. You use it mostly in armor.
Yep. I mean, yeah. Imperial have stopped using it as much. I still think they can.
Yeah,
they definitely
you're
can.
in like
They
2 of
just
it
not
normally.
use it much.
Because you're too busy running all the searches and then the...
Yeah, you want the searches and the end of turn DNA more, but
yeah, so...
it is a card that
But yeah, armor form likes both of these at 4. You can probably run the searcher as the other 4 of, and if you wanted to, you maybe want to run 1 or 2 of the jammings just in case your armor does fall off and all of a sudden the secondary effect, hey, I've dropped down, I don't have the armor devolution to delay at the moment, but I can still punch with jamming and it didn't kill me, so I can just go up into a Magnum and I've still got 2 checks to go.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on deck. I think it has potential to be strong, but this is about those 2 Vmons in particular because I think having 2 Digivolution cost reductions and having fairly decent inheritables to go with it is something to be worth looking at. And I think if the deck is strong, those will be 2 of the cards that will be carrying it ahead of.
And the other good news for this one is it will be a release foil because it's not uncommon. So
woo. £10. Everyone paid £10 for it.
It could be, to be fair, if everyone thinks it's a good card.
It's true.
I mean, I like it. I think it's good. I don't think it's as broken as it sounds. It's just
it may turn out to be that. I could be very wrong, but I was thinking even before the previous ban list announcement that like Vmon in particular has some very good cards. Like
it does.
I would argue that the promo Vmon is one of the best level 3s in the game currently. I would also argue.
I don't disagree with that statement. It's just it's very good for what it does, but I think there's other level 3s that are also very good in their slot as well.
Oh yeah, it's other level 3s. So I just say he's one of the best. I'd also argue that the starter deck Magnamon is one of the best level 4s
in the game. I mean, that's my favourite card in the game.
It's
just out of nowhere left hook.
just raw advantage in every way. So, and now getting like a very similar level 3, while the rest of the line as a whole is getting a buff with some of the new support. I'm very worried, it might turn out to be a very high tier deck, and I think those 2 Vmons in particular will be a big part of it. Because essentially you're playing with 1 extra memory.
Yeah.
Like,
to be fair, I've built just the Magna version of this deck, to be fair, where it's just the 2 blue-yellow Magnas and then
the starter
deck Magna and then like 2 promos of Flame Dron, just because you want Flame Dron to pop up security every now and again.
Oh yeah. Thank God that card's been reprinted in like 7 months.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think either of these decks want that as like a 4 of.
I do think the Flame Dron is very good in this deck.
It's very good in this deck, but I think you're only playing it like a 2 of anyway. I think 4's too many because you don't want to be recycling that card because you can't suspend itself.
I mean, the thing is, right, the idea is you make the opponent add their security to hand, raid into a thing that's going to kill it, and then it's suspended and you go into a Magnamon.
Yeah, that's the plan, obviously, with the option card setup. But at the same time, though, just being able to pop a security, especially if you know what that security is.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, we know what security is. It's going to be a pain in the ass to deal with. I'm going to put 8 to hand. It's no use to them currently. And now I'm, back at advantage because I'm armor purged. I'm not dead. Go into a ST1 to strip sources and be a pain. Go into another Magna to just have a big blocker. Give it minus DP with a new Magnamon. So yeah, I think it's just them off a setup of try to chip away at them without you actually losing too much momentum.
Yeah, and then we've not also mentioned it, but there is the armor texture option, which I
Yeah.
doubt gets used, but that also lets any of them unsuspend.
Yeah, which is the best one, but obviously that's popping itself. So
Yeah.
I don't think you can delay that, can you?
No, not the armor texture. It's on a BT8 card.
Could you imagine that you could like armor texture, but because it sees that you armor textured, you get to not pay the cost because you get to armor Digivolution instead.
I mean, you can still reduce it. 'Cause armor texture digivolves the cost, so you can still reduce it down to the 1 cost.
No, that's what
So
I'm
it might
saying.
be
Not
worth
for that. I
running.
was thinking like maybe you could. I don't think it would do because I think you have to finish the effect off first. But it'd be funny if you could like pop your own card. Armor if Evolution sees that, plays the card for it because it's on the stack, which Digimon doesn't technically have, and then obviously you go to finish the effect of armor texture and you go, wait a minute, it's level 4 again. I'd have to talk to our friendly judge man, and he'd be like,
Yeah,
stop
I don't
breaking
think
the
you'd be
game. It
able
doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be able to do that, but it's just ways of extending your combo to get as many swings as turn.
Look,
Like
you.
this deck could reasonably
All I
be doing
want is a
3 or
good
4.
Digmon. When am I going to get my good Digmon? That's all I want.
Never. Give it up. It's never happening. He's
It feels
not
that way.
tagging a Digimon.
It feels that way. I just want my good Digmon. I just want a Digmon that's yellow, purple, and it will hit a security, and then put something from trash back on top of security.
Put something from trash back on top of security.
Yeah.
What, your security?
Well, you could pop something of your opponents. Like look at their trash. Look at their security, and then
Take
replace
one
it.
out and then put one.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that'd be very strong.
It's very strong, but at the same time, it's like you have to weigh it out. Especially if it's like versus purple, it's like crap. This is bad now.
But yeah, like the deck has a lot of tools to it already. Like there's the new Taunt Pack promo coming out in April.
Oh, it's such a weird card that is. Like it's a good
It
card,
is.
but it's just a weird card.
It's like minus 3k, and then when attacking, can delete a 4k, which like that deletes a 7k, and then if you can do multiple attacks with it, or maybe
It makes sense.
like
Basically, it's saying like I want to delete a level 4 blocker, which is literally what that says. That's perfectly fine.
what it's trying to do.
That's what it's trying to do. It's just basically I want to get rid of low to the ground blockers, which is perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. But it's like it's not better than any other card that you can currently play in the deck, even though it comes out at the same time.
It is removal.
It is removal, but then you've got a Magnamon that says give something 20k minus DP.
I mean, I doubt you're going to have a game where you get 10 armor form cards in your trash. I do think the numbers for this deck will be very strange.
This version of the deck, I think you will, because it's like I don't care if I pop my armors, keep going, and all of a sudden it's like I've got 8 armors in my trash.
I guess. I feel like you've won by that point though.
I think it depends what you're going against.
But yeah,
You've also got to remember as well, depending on what the card says. So I can't remember off the top of my head. If it's to the end of your opponent's turn, if it's immune on your turn, the second that immunity falls off, it gets popped by DP.
It's true.
Looking at you, Magnarax.
Mon is only for the turn.
Is it only for the turn?
Yeah, just for the turn.
No, I was hoping to destroy the Magnaraxes.
No countering your father.
Boo.
But yeah, Lydramon is also there. Just suspends any Digimon when digivolving the new one.
Yeah, I do like the new one.
Lydramon is an 8k Digimon when you digivolve into it. Like that's.
By the way, I've said this before, and a lot of people went like, yes, it is, and a lot of people went, no, it's not. Why did they just basically give us the BT8 one and the option card into one card now, rather than at the time when it would have been more effective?
I have no idea.
It's
like they just did for some reason.
We do things for no reasons, but we do.
I'm keeping on the deck, expecting something to happen with it at the very least.
Yeah, I think it's going to see more play. I like Magnamon. A lot of people like armor forms in some way. I just think
it's fun.
It's obviously a different version.
Push it too hard.
Yeah, it's obviously a different version, and they want you to play the game. So essentially, you want Magnamon for a cost of 2 either way. Has block, has armor purge. When Digivolving, this Digimon unsuspends, then one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP for each card with the armor form in your trash. That doesn't have when it finishes.
Oh, what, the Magnamon?
Yeah, just give 2000 DP to your opponent. Oh, for the turn,
then to one of your opponent's Digimon will give minus 2k DP for the turn.
Sorry, I was looking at that. I was like, wait a minute.
They do put it in a very weird spot. I wish they would always put it at the end.
That's one of the things I hate about some of the Beelzemon X antibody line. Why is the effect flipped?
Yeah, I wish they would just pick a format and stick with it.
Yeah,
Or at least an order of it.
stupid Japanese formats. Because that's how it's written in Japanese.
Yeah, true.
It's reversed to our grammatical sentencing.
Need to make sure the Japanese can read our cards.
Yeah, I suppose so. But no, I like the cards. I think they're good. I don't think it's going to break the deck, but obviously you now have access to 2 cards that do this, and run a searcher as your third rookie, and you've got an amazing deck.
Yeah. How you could have 10k. I've just realised that if you have like the new Vmon, like the new larger one is just 10k when you go into it. Like it's
Well, just think
6k at base,
just
gains
think how
2k,
big,
and then
like mid game, the old Magnum one's going to be with that in there. It's going to be like a
oh
16,
yeah,
18k Digimon.
oh yeah, it's going to be big. Like it's definitely a deck that's going to be viable. Whether it's going to be tier, I don't really know. But in case it is, I'm like I want to get ahead of the club. Like the Vmons are the problem. They're too good.
I think
Too easy to
I
produce
think they're
cards.
good for the deck. I think they're obviously meant to be sort of more built around the hero version because I think the hero's going to struggle by the looks of it. But armor's coming back, baby. Replay silent. So replay must agree with me.
I just thought I was going to leave it there. It's like I'm
No,
coming
I
back.
thought you were going to come
Leave it
back
there.
and agree with me or disagree with me. But I think
Oh yeah,
armor as a
I'm gonna agree.
purer deck is coming back.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be viable. Again, I think there is a world where you just put Magnet X in anyway. Like not if like
Yeah, maybe as a
necessarily
two
oh,
of
I've
just as like a
yeah
you've done all your stuff you can do for that turn. You go sod it. There you go. Now I've got
yeah.
an
Like I
immune
feel like there's a
blocker.
world where you still keep that in at least, but
Yeah,
like it's clearly more based around the armor form.
yeah. Do you go with the X antibody option as well? Just stick it under for the sake of sod it on the swing, put X in and go into Magnet
Uh,
X and be like sod it and done.
maybe I'm not sure on that one. I'd have to try it out and see how I feel about it.
I feel like the deck is quite tight to be fair, especially if you're playing the more rush version of the
Yeah,
deck.
like this deck, I could see running like 20 level 4s.
I think I run like one armor for every rookie, so I think it's like 16, 16.
The thing is, like, it's because you purge so much and you trash with your tamer. Like, I feel like you run more level 4s than you do 3s in this deck, as weird as it
Maybe.
would be.
But you are essentially only really getting to like turn 3 or 4 because at that point, if you're not winning, you're losing.
Yeah, but it's just having the option to have everything.
It's really funny how Digimon went from a game where like the game is like a 25-minute to 30-minute like back and forwards between people. You get to like turn 8, 9, and now it's like if you're not winning by turn 3, somebody's obviously just getting crushed.
Someone's bricked.
You've either both bricked or the game just isn't meant to be playing out.
That's just the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah. But yeah, we both agree, really good looking card. Looking forward to seeing what it does in the future. Obviously, it's built for this version of the deck. Promo Vmon, we're looking at you with that keep drawing cards for no reason ability.
Oh yeah, it's so many cards.
If Stingmon's just dying for your sins, why aren't you?
Yeah, like if Singmon's the card that's supposed to go, then how is that Vmon also not?
But I mean, it could be something down the line where they want to look at hitting this deck in some way, and that could be the card they hit.
Hit it with a bat.
He was about. So yeah, thank you for being here, guys. A double, a twofer, as they'd say. So yeah, Vmon and Vmon, are they problem cards? Are they good little boys? Are they just going to try and win us some armor form games?
We will find out.
We'll find out. So goodbye for now. Peace out. Have a good time. We'll see you guys in the next one. And this episode has been recorded quite ahead of time. I think there's technically an episode record after this one that goes in between this one and the one before that one. So this one probably does come out around about release weekend if you got to this far into the video. So we haven't played this deck officially. We may have proxied the card and had a game between ourselves between now and then. But right now, this is just 2 guys who really enjoy this deck and want to see what it can actually do in the future competitively.
Yep.
So do well. Enjoy BT21. We're all in this together until next year when we are actually all in this together. When we get the actual full whole wide world unification.
I was supposed to say next year. Do you mean next month? I was
No,
like, we're
no,
getting
no,
that in a
because I
month.
think it's Korea is next year, isn't it?
Oh, Korea's catching up. I have no clue when they'll catch
I've
up. They
heard
get
it's
a release.
2026, so yeah, I presume it'll be sometime next year.
It'd be later 2026 because they get a release every single month, but that includes decks. So they get stuff faster than us. But we have a packed release schedule this year. We basically get 2 months of set releases, then a month off, then 2 months of set releases, a month off.
We do, but we also don't get a second set of structure decks either.
No, but the structure decks are released alongside sets.
I want my advanced deck this year. Make it some
I do as well.
terrible Digimon that no one knows of, and it just be absolute tier 1 monster.
I mean, I guess it would be. So far, the advanced deck's been Tamers related, so I guess they could just do that again.
I mean, I don't want to have
All
another
two of
Guilmon
them.
one. I feel like you'd have to do Renamon, but Renamon's deck is also just very good right now. So,
Oh, Leomon's advanced deck.
oh god, everything dies. Next time on Leomon Adventure. He's dead again.
Oh, again.
I mean, tangent for the end of this one because it was a tangent. I like the fact that in the 2020 release of Adventure, Leomon didn't die.
Did he not?
No.
Damn, that's what was
It's
missing
the
from that
only
show.
time he didn't die when he was in a series.
Damn, they missed out.
It was like, you know what, it's had 20 years of just being the
It's
kicking.
like the Spider-Man canonical event. Like Leomon dies.
Not this time.
Oh, we're gonna have a whole army of Leomon after him someday.
Maybe. That'll be the
Maybe
plan.
maybe we'll get Leomon death in the next anime.
Whatever it's called. They announced it, didn't they?
It is announced. It's a very unusual name, but it is announced.
Is it Beatbox?
Beat
Sorry,
Break.
it was Beat Break. That was it.
Beat,
It was Beat
yeah.
something. So yeah, cool. I wish it was Liberators.
Yeah, it'd been cool to see some of the graphic novels
Like,
animated.
no offense to Beat Break, I'm sure it'll be good. But Liberators is doing such a good job. I just really want Liberator stuff.
Yeah.
I'd also probably like a Seekers movie because I feel like if someone who could actually speak English wrote the script for that, it'd be good.
Maybe.
And not just be like AI generated. Someone said to me it's not AI generated. It's like, if you go look at that novel, half of those sentences grammatically don't make sense.
That's true. I didn't read too much because I'm not a reading type of person.
I'm not, but I was like, I'm gonna get into this because it's I'm interested in Digimon. It's obviously about the card game. I'm gonna get into this. So I was reading through it, and it's like, I think I did like the first like chapter, of the first novel where it is. And I was like, this is absolutely written like by a 4-year-old. It's terrible. Like it's just awful.
Oh no.
It was just AI slop, and people are like, it's not AI written. It's like, if it's not, it's translated by AI because it's just bad.
No.
But I've heard that they've gone back and like re-edited it, so maybe it's better now. But there we go. But
Maybe.
tangent finished. There we go. Digimon stuff. I'll do a video. It'll be out by the time this comes out anyway. But I'll do a video about all the new stuff that came out for Digicon.
Yeah.
I feel like last year it came out on a weekend when we were travelling to an event. I know the year before that was when we were going to Germany. It came out.
Maybe. I mean, Digimon Con's normally around March. I don't think we had an event in March.
I don't know. I feel like I was travelling on that day because I was like, why is it every time I have to travel to an event in Europe, there's always like big news on somewhere?
Maybe. I mean, there were people going to Scotland this month.
Yeah, but that's obviously tomorrow.
Like
That's not so bad.
yeah, that's happening tomorrow.
Yeah, so there you go.
Well,
This is how we date
weekend.
ourselves. This was done before the Glasgow regional event. So,
Yeah, unlike the Shagemon where we said during the stream that it just got revealed, or during the recording it just got
they
revealed.
recorded, but we just talking about it. It's like, hey, it's going to reprint.
Yeah.
There you go. Every
Oh,
episode we will date ourselves, and that's how we're dating ourselves this time. This is
Exactly.
recorded like 6 weeks in advance.
We're gonna start just saying the recording date every single time.
I think I did it a couple of times where it's like, in case people want to know when it released, because I know it's going to be so long till it gets released. It's just like, look, this was recorded like 2 months ago. So for those people who are randomly going to attack us about like, oh, this has changed. It's like, yeah, it was recorded 2 months ago. Of course, things are going to change. It's how time works. Yeah, somebody had a go at me about the Hidden Potential episode. It's like, guys, we recorded this like 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Things have changed. Oh. All right, we're out of here. No more tangents for this episode. Catch you guys next
None
time.
for this one.
For us recording, it'll be the deck episode, but that'll be the episode before this one. So God knows what the next episode is. Probably something about BT21 being broken.
Probably.
It's probably that.
Nothing. Everything's overpowered. Ban it all.
It's Super Imperial. No, what is it called? Shoutmon Superior X7 is actually better than everyone thinks it is because just deleting everything for the fun of it is a really good mechanic.
That is a very good way of removing a thing.
It really is, and everyone's like, this card was so much worse than the other one. It's like, you understand this is basically for removal and swinging for game, right?
Yeah, it's. I don't know how good the deck itself will be, but that is the best bit of removal ever printed so far.
From what I'm aware of, the BT19 variant of that deck is absolute trash. Like, it's worse than the old version. From what everyone tells me, it's like there's no good cards in this deck. Even the new version of that deck is just trash. It's just absolute garbage. Don't play it. Don't even try and play it. You'll be sad. But people have been thinking about the superior mode. It's like, oh, it's a worse superior mode than the old one, but it's a totally different effect. Like, it's not meant to. It's meant to be basically stopping your opponent from stopping you from winning the game.
Yeah, it's a very good card. I can't quite find it now, but yeah, it's like trash the top 10
Yeah,
cards,
top
and it
10
doesn't
stacked
care what
cards.
the card it is.
No. So as
Yeah,
long as it's not immune to
effects
effects,
basically.
basically, yeah. So as long as it's not literally just immune to everything like Magna X, it's just like, how big's your Digimon? Doesn't matter. You're either now an option card or you're now a baby. And because it's not de-Digivolve, I can take you down to be an egg.
Yeah,
And then
it's
you
the
no
best
longer
form
exist.
removal the game has had so far.
It's. I'm hoping there's not many like this because it's really
I
good.
think it'll remain like exclusive to Superior Mode.
It,
He's
I,
also still the only Digimon with 17,000 DP. Both Superior Modes
mhm.
are the highest DP Digimon.
I mean, he is a level 7, and it's a very specific level 7. This one can Digivolve on top of heroes. I think the other one can only be hard played. Don't quote me on that, but I
Maybe.
think it is. Um, because the other one is X6, I think it is, which is the one that says, like, slot all the sources under me. But both of them are the infinite symbol of,
Yeah.
like, just shove cards under me, I don't care.
Yeah, just get as many as you can. Cross Heart Blue Flare, put them all under me.
And hero, I think, as well.
It can Digivolve off Hero. It
Just
can't
Digivolve.
slot
Okay,
Hero.
it's still not too bad. But, yeah. I like the effect. I think it works well. Just don't print that effect too often.
Oh, definitely not.
But that's it. Second tangent over with, I promise. All right. I've got to escape and go pick up some children from school. I'm sure Replay wants to rest his voice. So we'll catch you guys next time for more Digimon corruption and bureaucracy. See you next time. Oh, also, yeah, both really good cards.